Okay, so I've been here like 2.5 weeks, so I'm basically halfway through this trip. And so for the last 2 weeks, uh, there were two Israeli travelers here, and then for 1 week, there was a German woman also. But right now, I'm again the only foreigner here. There are a couple Haitian volunteers and the Haitian project director as well. Um, And so, the foreigners left 2 days ago, and no, yesterday morning. Um, and so I was wondering if I would get bored or antsy or want to like go to the Dominican Republic and hang out on beaches as I think they're going to be doing. And I don't think I'm going to do that. I actually am appreciating the kind of quiet and solitude here. I'm not actually like alone that often anyway because I hang out with the Haitian volunteers a lot. Specifically, one of them, Krishna, who he's super helpful, super kind. He just like shows me around. His English is, you know, not amazing, but that's cool because he knows enough to where I keep learning Creole words and phrases. And if I'm gonna be here and maybe I might come back in the future, I would like to know how to like speak in Creole. Um, Also, like I think I'm the only person on this entire trip that I've like of every single person that I've met, no one knows just one language except me, and that's bad. uh, Makes me feel stupid. Uh, yeah, a lot of people here know four languages like French, Creole, English, and Spanish. So yeah, I feel pretty American for not knowing anything except English. Um, yeah, so yeah, or 2 days ago, no, yesterday, when everyone went across the border, I went with them, grabbed some things from Pedernales where you can get more stuff, like mostly just instant coffee and a chair because there aren't that many chairs here. It's a folding chair, so it's great. And what was interesting was coming back was the first time I was crossing the border by myself with no help, and no one cared. Like no one checked any documents. No one even like looked at me. I just walked from the Dominican Republic into Haiti. Uh, yeah, it's pretty weird actually. Just like the fiction of borders that our world like really depends on, like to just see one constantly and then to like walk past it and like no one cares. And all the Haitians and Dominicans, because it's a market on Mondays and Fridays, they're like crossing back and forth too, and no one really cares unless you have like a big truck. Then they'll stop and kind of check like what's in that truck. uh but yeah, it's weird. Actually, the second day I was here, I was hanging out with Nixon, who's the project director, and because I was the only foreigner, I just like tagged along as he was doing some errands, and he showed me, or like we were doing some things on this side of the border, and then we needed to go grab some like motorcycle parts from Pedernales, and I was like, I don't have my passport, and he was like, it'll be fine. And so I actually crossed there and back with no passport. So that made me really nervous, but he was like, it's fine. They did give us a hard time, but also, like, it's a market. Uh, People go constantly to, like, buy stuff and um, come back. And so they actually did, like, the Dominicans stopped me and they were like, you can't, he can't go. They said it in Spanish, so they were translating. I was just standing there. Um, but eventually they were like, I don't know, bored with us standing there. So then they were like, fine, just go and come back. Uh, and yeah, so I crossed the border twice with no passport. And then once with no passport, but no one cared. I mean, with a passport, but no one cared. Um, yeah, so I'm here now. Uh, there's I'll be here for another couple of weeks, unless I go to this farm in Jacmel, which the transit there will be challenging because there's a boat that's pretty iffy and it goes at night. So like, that's I'm not thrilled about the idea of that. But also, I can travel by land. But like the way we all hear about Haiti is dangerous, like traveling on some of the main roads can be. Um, but the Haitians all seem to think that it's fine to go to Jacmel. Uh, all the foreigners think that Haiti is like the most dangerous place. But then while being here specifically, it doesn't feel very dangerous. Um, so, yeah, I'll figure out that if it's easy enough. Easy enough. It won't be easy to get to this. It's like a reforestation project and a farm, and they're doing a lot of similar things here. They're just doing it over there slightly differently. And yeah, uh, otherwise I have time to read and write. I'm actually going to probably write. I am writing something about like water here and how people, drink these bags of water that are like delivered. They're packaged in plastic, and then there's plastic litter everywhere. A lot of it are these water packets, but what Sadhana Forest does is like pumps water up using solar power, and then a lot of people from the village come and drink. Or come and fill up their jugs and then use it in their homes. So I think there's some potential to like increase that a little bit. But it's also interesting because it's such a basic thing that we take for granted that we can like, I always think of like the first time I came back after traveling for a while, like I pooped into drinkable water and I was like, this is ridiculous. But like so many people have to just carry water. Like that's what they do. And like if you look at who it is, it's mostly women and the children. Like a lot of the children carry the water back to their homes while their parents are selling stuff or at work or whatever else. So yeah, I'll be writing something on that, probably just on a blog. I will see if anyone wants a longer piece about all of this. But yeah, that's the update. I'm good. I actually got sick again, but I'm fine. So the first time was a fever. It knocked me out for like a day. A lot of people are getting this fever. Some people are getting it really bad, knocks them out for multiple days. But then a few days ago, I got a really bad cough. It's still there and annoying, but it's not like really bad. It's just very annoying. And it's weird here because like it's as if COVID doesn't exist because no one wears masks and we're all outside in the sun. But clearly, like some disease is spreading. I don't know if it's mosquito borne or, through whatever respiratory spread. But yeah, but I'm fine. I'm good. It's gonna be weird being home. It's gonna feel like luxury. In whatever 3 weeks to have like a room with walls and like a machine that washes my clothes instead of me doing it by hand, and like climate control and artificial lighting and all kinds of like exuberant luxuries like that. Running water, yeah. No, there's running water here, but not just in like 2 buildings. So yeah. All right. Well, next time. Until next time.